again, it doesn't taste like you're eating a piece of charcoal like some of them do, but it's like you're definitely like there was smoke in or around this operation.
Definitely. Yeah. It's a more refined Isla experience almost.
Hello. Jinx, you owe me a pop.
Nah.
Okay. So we're not drinking pop today.
No, because it's disgusting. We are only drinking whiskey.
Yeah. Much better for you.
And only the finest, fanciest of whiskeys today.
Mr. Jonathan Walker.
Indeed. Yeah. Today we are doing another whiskey tasting, and we are tasting, I think, basically the entire like core lineup of the Johnnie Walker brand.
Nick and Dan, I know these are your favorites, so this is for you bastards.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, they like the whiskey ones.
Okay. Excellent. Thought you were talking about Johnnie Walker specifically.
No, I don't think so. Probably not. They don't seem like Johnnie Walker type dude.
Not cool
But I
enough.
couldn't say. Yeah. So here's our lineup, courtesy of Aiden and Aiden's dad for Christmas. We got the red, standard, still very good. We got the black. This is an order of price, by the way, right?
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do.
So actually, Aiden, do you want to do it? Because you know which price order it is?
Yes, I have them written down here. So we've got the red, the black, double black, gold, green, 18-year, and blue.
Okay. And I want to point out that the label on the blue is very deceiving because it almost looks like the black. So get on
It's
it,
like
Johnnie
a
Walker,
midnight,
guys. Yeah.
I think they're going for more prestigious, slightly darker.
Make it bluer.
But yeah, this is an episode that we've wanted to do for a while because we've loved the Johnnie Walkers in every tasting we've done so far. And it's also one of the most popular whiskey brands in the world. I think it's the best-selling Scotch whiskey, so like whiskey from Scotland.
I would be shocked if it wasn't.
By maybe a pretty wide margin,
Yeah.
and is also one of the top-selling whiskeys in the world. I think like either Jim Beam or Jack Daniel's might be a little bit above in terms of like
Not
raw
Jameson?
sales volume. No, I don't think Jameson is.
Really?
I think it's one of the bourbons.
Huh. I'm surprised. I didn't think Americans drank that much bourbon.
A little bit. They also export it as well, so maybe that's it. But yeah, needless to say, it is one of the most popular brands, and it's been around since the like 1860s.
I see your little cheat sheet there.
Yeah, I got like partway through writing notes down before you came over.
Yeah, I came a little early so we could eat a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Which works.
Yeah, because you might have noticed we have 7 here, so they're going to be very light pours, and a safety pizza was a good call beforehand.
Yeah, I think that definitely was a very good idea.
So if don't try this at home, but if you do, eat a safety pizza beforehand.
Yes, eat an entire pizza and then have 7 scotches.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing very light pours because it's a Thursday. So
it is, yes.
So it doesn't matter to me anymore, but that's a little in joke that I'm just not going to explain.
Yeah, you all can fill in the blanks. But with that being said, shall we just get into it? I think that's enough. That's probably enough preamble.
That's enough quality banter.
That is, yeah. So first off, let's crack open this red.
You might notice a little bit longer of a delay in between us saying, hey, let's have it, and like actually pouring it and drinking it. And that's because we're sitting at Aiden's table has come to its full strength. And we're sitting at either end of a very long table to prevent a microphone fight. So
yeah, trying to make the editing easier on myself. We'll see if it works. I hope so. I think so, a little bit at least.
So yeah, that's why we've got to like run 100 meters after we say let's pour it.
All right. Yeah, shall we go for it?
Yeah.
Or do you want to pour? I can read some facts about the red.
Okay, I'll pour it while you're doing that.
All right, sounds good. So the red isn't the original Johnnie Walker, I guess like blend or flavor or whatnot, but it is one of the originals. It was first made in 1906, and it is a non-age statement whiskey, which means that it's at least 3 years old, everything inside of it. And looking at the website, some of the descriptors they have are honey cascading over smoke, a bite that blooms, a loud cymbal crash of intense flavor.
A bite that blooms sounds like a beer.
Okay. I have not listened to them, but I'll buy it.
It's a person.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, That's it.
Very good. But yeah, this is the base level Johnnie Walker. It's a classic. I think it's more so designed for mixing, and it is excellent for that because I feel like it's got a little bit of personality since it's the no age statement. It's the cheapest one. It doesn't have all the maybe edges sanded off of it, but that can kind of be nice, especially like I said, when you're mixing with something. And I feel like a lot of people maybe don't love it for sipping neat, but it's still one of the better ones, especially at the price point. It is very good.
And it smells fantastic.
Oh, that smell is amazing. Yeah.
It's very like honestly, I get the honey smell this time.
It's this sweet smokiness.
Yeah, it's like buttery almost. Kind of, yeah. Kind of hard to describe smells, I guess, but it smells a little like almost a touch banana-y. It will not taste banana-y because whiskey's always tastes like apricots or banana or something in it. They never do, but it smells like a little bit like it.
Yeah, I can see it maybe a little bit in that sweet richness that's there.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, should we take a sip then?
Yeah, I think I got it pretty. So
I think pretty good. All right, Sláinte.
Sláinte goes down really easy.
That did, yeah. Like sometimes it does, sometimes it's a little harder, but that was very good.
Oh, and a nice little smokiness on the aftertaste a bit.
Mm-hmm. And that classic like Scotch like tongue coating, it's like smooth or like oiliness to it. It's got this great texture to it.
Maybe it's something to do with like if you eat a pepper and onion pizza beforehand, like you know how they're like, oh, if you eat different food, the food you ate like a week ago changes how it tastes, like or whatever. Because this is super easy drinking right now, like wine level easy drinking, and like has like zero burniness and just a nice sort of smoky aftertaste.
I would agree. Yeah.
If you can hear a small child playing the piano, that's just the upstairs neighbor, but they sound like they're improving. So
yeah, they're doing quite well. But yeah, it's very good. I feel like in past when I've compared it to other things, if I have them like side by side, I can start to pick out like the alcohol or like ethanol notes in it. But just starting off by itself, it's really nice.
Yeah. The more I drink it, like a little bit of the, not even burn, but like I'm getting a little of that, like, you know, like warmth a bit, but that's pretty much it.
Like it's so good. And for less than $40 here in Ontario right now.
For like the full one. Yeah.
For the full, like for a 750 ml. Yeah.
Otherwise known as 4 small Domino's pizzas.
Again, it's like, it's this bit of smoke, bit of heat, but overall like sweetness to it. Like they said, honey cascading over smoke, or what is the opposite way? I feel like that really
smoke
sums it up.
Cascading over honey.
I think so. Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. No, it was honey cascading over smoke.
Oh, how does that happen?
I have no idea.
It's like when they smoke out the bees to take the honey. That's what that tastes like. It tastes like Johnnie Walker Red.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's nothing I would say too complex going on here. It's just a solid, simple budget whiskey, and it is very good at it.
Mm-hmm. What are we gonna do in between whiskeys? Do we want to do a little water rinse and a little wipe?
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Got a little burn on the last bit.
A little bit, yeah, as you put more down. But all right, conclusions on Johnnie Red.
Still into it, you know? Yeah, I think I usually say like, I'll say 7.5 out of 10. Very solid. If I see it, especially for the price it is, I'll go for it. It's nice. It doesn't have anything particularly crazy about it, like, or nothing very extreme. It's just nice and scotchy.
Yeah, it is excellent. Like I'm enjoying it so much now that I'm tempted to bump it up from what I've done in the past. But I think I'll keep it as a solid B, just like solid good. This is what like good whiskey is.
Yeah. If it's above that, then it's real good.
Yeah, then it's great or amazing. I forget what adjectives I use now, but
stupendous.
Yeah, more or less.
So we've cleaned out the glasses, and now we're going on to the black label.
Yeah, and the black label is the original Johnnie Walker whiskey. This is, I mean, I assume the recipe's changed over time, but this is the brand or the recipe that dates back really to 1865, the like very first one.
Original recipe, Johnnie Walker.
Exactly, yeah. And it is, I would say like the mid-range one. They say on the website that it's the most popular of the group, which I would believe, because if the red label's more so for mixing, this is where you start to get into the real like, I don't know, value, maybe not quite budget, but budget or like sipping whiskeys.
Yeah. And it's described on the box as smooth and smoky, which sounds lovely.
Yeah, that seems about right. I'm looking at the website and it says sweetness wrapped in smoke. A little more fancy, but yeah.
And that also makes more literal sense than honey cascading over smoke. How do you do that?
I have no idea.
So,
But yeah, with that being said, it's Johnnie Walker Black. We've had it before in a tasting. Shall we just crack it open and get into it?
let's go for it. Oh, let's see. It has apparently notes of rich fruits, creamy vanilla, and smokiness like no other scotch. That's a bold claim.
Yeah, there you go. And for a little behind the scenes for the listeners, how we're doing this, because we did not buy a full bottle of like Johnnie Walker Blue, is
No.
that the company actually sells a tasting pack that has 5 different like very small bottles, I think 50 milliliter bottles inside of it.
Yeah, 50 mil.
For like, I think it's like $50 or $60 or something like that to get the pack. So, which is pretty good for like tasting 5 of the more expensive ones.
And it's kind of nice too, because like often I don't want to buy like the whole thing of like a bottle of whiskey because then it takes like a year to get through. You know, like I just want like maybe like 100 mil or like 100 to 200, but like kind of just want like, you know, what you can get through in like a pretty short amount of time because then I'll just buy more if I want it.
Yeah, like I still have most of the things from our other whiskey tastings other than like the original 200 ml bottle of Johnny Red because we went through that because it's good.
Hey, this is slightly old because it says by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen.
Oh, there you go. That makes sense. I assume it would take time to switch that out. And I forget how many months ago I got this.
Yeah. But okay, here we go. I'm going to pour it and you can say some more facts if you want.
Enigmatic and magnetic. Enigmatic and magnetic. Sweetness wrapped in smoke. And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if I have too many more. But again, this goes back to the original one, which is very nice. And it's just such a classic, nice drink. I'm not expecting anything terribly complex in this one either. Just like a slightly more well-rounded, slightly richer version of what we were drinking before.
This is very hard to pour from
Oh,
such
really?
a tiny bottle.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, the moment you like tip it even slightly, it would start coming out.
Yeah, so just wipe that up a little bit. Nobody saw anything.
No, this is an audio medium. No one saw anything.
Yeah, here you go. So let's give it a little
Thank you.
snort.
Oh, that's nice.
It smells like just a slightly stronger version of the red, which is kind of what it is, I guess. So
Yeah, exactly. And this one also I didn't mention is a 12-year-old whiskey as well. So instead of the red being no age statement, meaning at least like 3 years, this is definitely taking a step up, at least potentially in terms of how old all the whiskeys in it are.
indeed. And so never mind. What is the price difference between them? Like how much more expensive is it?
Like 75% more.
Wow.
Yeah, it is actually more than I thought it would be. For comparison, I just looked it up on the LCBO. So for listeners, whiskey prices are very different in different places. So if you're not in Canada or even not in Ontario, it's going to be different. But this kind of speaks to it should kind of probably follow these magnitudes of jump up. The red's right now 38 and the black is 67.
That's quite a jump.
Both 750 milliliter bottles.
Well, so yeah, it just smells like the same but stronger pretty much.
It is, yeah. And I think I've done like head-to-head comparisons with these two before because I have 2 full bottles of each. And
We have. I was there for that, I think.
oh, very good.
Yeah, at least once.
And yeah, they're very similar on the nose and even a little bit sometimes upfront on the taste. But once you settle into it, I find the black's a little nicer. But we'll see what we get today.
Yeah, cilantro.
Let's launch it.
I would say it is definitely, you get more like warmth and burniness like right at the beginning. A little smokier.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. It's feeling a little bit stronger today than the other one.
Are they all the same alcohol?
Not quite, I don't think, but I think these two are. I think these are both 40%. Oh, it does say it's just small text. 40%, yeah.
Okay.
So the first two are the same alcohol percentage.
All right. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say I probably like it a little more. Yeah, I like it a little more just because it's just like kind of the same thing, but a little smokier and a little more intense.
Yeah, maybe.
But still not like crazy harsh burn, like it doesn't have like a vodka burn or anything.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, weirdly, I don't know if I was just really vibing the red for some reason. I was preferring what we were drinking earlier for some reason. Yeah,
It's a little smoother.
it was for some reason, which I usually have the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, that is very interesting.
Man, this pizza's messing everything up.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, I slightly prefer this. Like, it's very close, but I would say slightly this.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's usually my take, is that it is a little bit nicer, but the red is it is very solid.
Yeah. And for relative to the price, the red's better.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I feel like before this tasting, I would have disagreed. I thought the black was probably worth. I don't know if it was worth the 75% more, but no, I think I'm agreeing at this point.
so I would say I would give this an 8. I give the red a 7.5. But do I think that's worth the $19 increase? Or is it 19? How much was it again?
$38.67.
Oh, so the $29 increase. Probably not worth a $29 increase.
Yeah, not worth the extra $30 per se. Yeah, I mean, if you're just out and getting a dram at like a place, it would be slightly less, or slightly less like dollars. So it might be worth then. But I don't know. Once you get up to the black at a restaurant, I feel like you're starting to see other more interesting things at a similar price point too.
Yeah. But yeah, I do like the black.
It is nice. It is pretty solid. Yeah, overall, at this point, I might give this one a B as well.
Oh, you're sticking with what is that, 7?
Yeah, about a 7.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna give it. Or no, you know what? I'm gonna retcon some stuff. So I'm gonna make the red a 7 and the black a 7.5 because both are still at the just like nice category. Like I'm not being blown away yet. And I also want to have more room to move upwards because I'm hopeful.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that some of these get exciting. I don't know.
The blue better knock my socks off.
Oh, it did better for how much that one costs, but I don't know if it is going to. Like I haven't tried it before, but I'm kind of expecting that since Johnnie Walker is one of the more popular brands, it has real mass market appeal and people who just want to like show off that they bought like the expensive scotch buy that. So it's not necessarily, so it might be a little bit more beginner friendly than other very expensive stuff, but we will see. I'm not sure.
It's still a drink for the plebs.
Exactly. Yeah. Still accessible.
Yeah. Okay. You can give me glass a clean. Yeah. Delicious Scotch water. Nice. So, at this point, we're now moving into the threshold of stuff I have never tried. I've never gone past Black Label, so let's see what Double Black is all about. Okay, let's have a look. So,
yeah, let's do it. This is exciting because I have not tried the Double Black either. I've tried one more of the ones that we have here today, but not this one. And this is probably one of the ones I'm most excited about potentially because this is supposed to be Johnnie Walker Peat.
Yeah, which both of us really like.
Yeah. And apparently this one essentially started as like a travel or a duty-free exclusive, like something you could only find in airports.
Like a Scottish airport or just any airport?
I think just any airport. Maybe not every airport, but just in like airports.
Yeah.
Because that's just a thing that people like picking up a scotch while they're flying. But then because it was so popular, they decided to make it a core product in 2011.
Oh, that's pretty recent.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah. But essentially it's just in the blend of scotches. It is just more Islay scotches and more charred barrels, they said. And I think the website basically just says smoke with the volume turned up.
They just light it on fire.
Yeah, exactly. More or less exactly what's happening here.
And yeah, so this one is also still 40%. So, and what's the price if you were to get a full bottle of this?
This one is $90.
I think somebody just got killed upstairs.
Yeah, they're probably fine.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's only like $20 or so more than the black, but we're definitely getting away from the red. It's more than twice as expensive as that.
So give me your cup. I'll give it a pour.
Very good.
Do you want more facts about the Double Black?
Honestly, that's kind of the gist of it. It's just, from what I understand, Johnnie Walker, but smoke, which I am very excited to see. And I also pulled out the Lafreg just so we have a little comparison as well. Maybe once we're like partway through.
Some big boy smoke.
Exactly. Just to like see if this is actually smoky smoke or just smoky compared to the other Johnnie Walkers we've had so far. Reset the system a little bit.
Yeah, palate cleanser. Oh, speaking of which,
I think an Isla is the opposite of a palate cleanser, really.
I'm gonna have some water for an actual palate cleanser.
But that's a good idea, yeah.
Water drinking ASMR.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that shit out. It's disgusting.
Yum. Here you go. Let's give it a little sniff. Whoa.
Ooh, that is peatier.
It smells stronger and it smells smoky, but it doesn't. It's definitely not like a Lafreg or like an Ardbeg, I'd say.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot more toned down than that, but still definitely a step up.
Yeah, 4 scale. Here's a Lafreg. I think we've said this before, but apparently the favorite whiskey of King Charles.
Oh, yeah, because this is a official royal one or whatever it is.
Holy. Yeah, there's no comparison.
Yeah, toss it over.
Yeah, the Lafreg is about 1,000 times smokier smelling.
Oh, yeah, that is another league.
Like, you don't actually smell the alcohol, you just smell smoke.
It's just the bog.
Yeah. I will say, Lafreg, by far my favorite bottle of probably any alcoholic drink.
That's fair. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Like, it looks like something you'd drink on like a pirate ship.
Potentially, yeah, it really does. It is very aesthetic.
Yeah. But yeah, so that might have to be the last thing as a comparison. I might do that last. One tiny Lafreg.
That could be good. We'll see how we're feeling.
Yeah.
Once we get to that point, but that could be good.
Maybe that'll be off recording.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, so this, you can smell the smoke, but you can, like the double black, you can smell the smoke, but you can definitely smell the alcohol a lot more.
A little bit. I mean, I'm definitely not getting like ethanol notes off of it, but
no, more than the Lafreg, I mean, for me.
Mm-hmm. I think I like the scent on this a little bit more. It's nice because it's got that peat. Definitely nowhere near as much, like we just said, as Lafreg, but it's also, like they keep talking about, like wrapped in this sweetness.
I would say weirdly, so far, my favorite smell is still the red, like of the Johnnie Walkers.
Nah, I'm the double back, so a fair bit better. You want to smell it again?
Yeah, I'll give it a. Yeah, no, the red's still my favorite.
Still
smell.
It? Okay.
Yeah.
No, the double black. The double black is a fair bit better, at least to my mind. Yeah.
Well, let's give it a go.
I think it's just like a little bit like richer or something.
That could be
it. But yeah, let's get into it.
Let's
launch it.
Ooh. Not very harsh at all. Pretty smooth. Definitely has some more peatiness.
Yeah, that is the overwhelming note, is that it does have the peatiness kicked up a notch.
Which is nice.
It is. Yeah, it is a very nice Scotch. It is a very it's one of the more mild Islas, if I were to say that, which it's got a fair bit of Isla in it, but
yeah, like again, it doesn't taste like you're eating a piece of charcoal, like some of them do, but it's like you're definitely like there was smoke in or around this operation.
Definitely, yeah. It's a more refined Isla experience almost.
But yeah, very smooth.
Oh yeah, it's so nice.
I would agree. This is my favorite taste so far.
I would agree. Yeah, I would say definitely best on the nose and on the taste. This is an upper tier one. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
That's
fair. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with an A on this one.
So an 8.
Yeah.
Because so far you've just been 7, 7, 8, right?
Yeah, so far.
I've been 7, 7.5. No, 7, 7.5, 8.5. Yeah. So yeah, this is a fair 8.5.
I would agree. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying letter grades because I feel like my mind responds better to that. I had a lot of time to think after annoying myself to all hell, having to listen to myself struggle with the number grades. And the letters I feel like are kind of nice in that there's less options.
That's true.
I could do plus or minuses, but I'm not letting myself do that at this point. I don't trust myself with that.
Yeah, well, I was debating with myself whether I should I was like, should I even do the 5s or should it just be 70, 80, 90%? But I'm going to do the 5s. Absolutely nothing in between. I'm not giving any 87.5s or anything, but
yeah, at a certain point, it is just too specific. I mean, at that point, you're basically just putting them all into like a rank ordered list.
Yeah, exactly. This ain't
which
a tier
is
list.
Exactly,
yeah,
which is more or less what we're doing. But
we're just doing a general scale of quality. Some can be equal.
Yes, exactly. I feel like that's what's helping me is that I can have a wide range inside of one letter grade.
Yeah,
but it's still the more or less consistent experience.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is so good.
It's very good. I would say my reasoning for an 8.5 is 9 and above has only ever been touched by like very nice Isleys, because Isleys are my favorite type of whiskey. I love the smokiness. Like I like the sort of oiliness. I don't know. It sounds disgusting when I say it like that, but
I know oily is like a weird note to give. It sounds really odd.
It's kind of a textural thing a little bit.
Yeah, but I find that's in most of the scotches. I think it might be like a malted barley thing or something like that. Something to do with how most scotches are made. But it just gives it such a like warm feeling. Like it's so nice. It coats your tongue for a while afterwards.
Yeah. So this is like verging on the rest of the, you know, the Ardbegs, the Lafregs, stuff like that, but it's not in the club yet, you know? It's not extreme enough.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it as an A, not like an S, which is where I put a lot of the real nice Islas. But it is banging on the door. It is. I would say it is very close.
Hey, let me into the Lafreg club. No, not yet. Sorry.
Yeah, I would be tempted to do like an A, B, like a couple glasses that I can go back and forth from at once to see if it is quite on that level at some point, because it is definitely close.
If I could get a triple black, that would probably be really good.
Yeah, I don't know how much Kale Isla is, because I think that's what's in here, or the Isla in there.
Well, I guess even those, like there are non-mega peaty ones. They're in the minority, but they're there, you know.
On Isla?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think there's many, like 1 or 2 maybe of is it 8 or 9, I think? Distilleries on Isla, or on the island of Isla.
Okay, I'm constantly just watching for the space between the gold and the 18, because I feel like that's going to mess us up, where we're going to forget to put the green in there because it's not in the case. But yeah, so like I said, now we're on to the gold.
Yeah, which is exciting. This is another one that I have not had either. But apparently this one is from 1997, and it was made for the centennial of the company, which actually...
100 year... Wait, 1997 and centennial? Huh? How's that?
Wait, centennial's 150?
Would it not be 100?
It is 100, right?
I would think so.
I thought that's what it was, but that's less than 100 years, or since the company was founded.
It says established 1820.
I'm confused now. It's the centennial from something.
Yeah, because it wouldn't even be 150 years.
No, it's not quite. All right, I'm confused, but essentially it was some kind of anniversary.
It was the 177th anniversary. Big year.
Something like that, yeah. But apparently was based on Alexander Walker II's handwritten notes from the whiskey he was making.
Classic Alexander Walker. Exactly,
yeah. No, Alexander Walker II.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I think Alexander Walker is the child, and Alexander Walker is the grandchild of Johnnie Walker.
Okay.
So I don't know why they didn't go to Johnnie Walker's notes. Maybe they weren't as good, or they don't have them.
Maybe, yeah, who's to say?
But that is the story of it. But
so like his notes, like as in like, I like it to taste this way and do this to make it, and stuff like that, you mean?
Yeah, just notes, I would assume, on like how he was making it. That's something a lot of whiskey companies do. I forget which one. It might have been like, I think it's Jameson maybe, that had some story about how they were looking through old notebooks and they opened one up and some actual like barley or whatever fell out of it. They're like, holy shit, this is like the original actual grains that he was using.
Did they use it?
I don't think so, but they probably studied a bit.
Oh, good.
It would just be a couple handfuls. They wouldn't get much out of it.
We're going to use this 100-year-old barley to make some whiskey. Mm-hmm. I guess the alcohol would kill everything, so wouldn't kill fungus, I guess. I mean, it would, but might still mess you up. Anyway, I'm going to give it a pour.
Please do. So yeah, this was released in 1997, originally as like, I forget what it was called. It was like the Centennial Blend or something like that. And it was originally released as an 18-year-old whiskey. But then they changed it to a no age statement in 2013, and apparently when they also switched it to be named the Gold.
That's interesting. I wouldn't think that a no age whiskey would be older than like an 18, or older than a 12? The black? Yeah, 12.
Yeah, no.
It would be more expensive than a 12. Sorry.
Yeah, it is interesting because there's definitely a general thought that like the higher the number, the more prestigious or valuable it is. But I assume there's stuff that's much older than 18 years in here in the mix, because that's just right the minimum age that anything in the blend can be. Even their most expensive one, the blue, is also a no age statement. So they're really, yeah, there's no age statement on it.
What? Huh.
But there's some like old and rare shit in there. That's what the blue is all about.
Some rare Pokemon.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, because on one hand, there's definitely the potential for cheapening out a bit. But on the other hand, that gives the blender a little bit more freedom to make the exact taste and palette that they want. And if they're charging this amount, I hope there's some like good or premium shit in there. But overall, they're just trying to do what they need to do in order to get the right flavor.
Yeah, who's to say it isn't like an Emperor's New Clothes type situation where it's actually just like 3-year-old scotch, like through and through, but they're just like, this one's fancy.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, as long as it tastes good,
yeah,
that's good, but we will see.
Speaking of which, here's the gold. It smells pretty nice.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Doesn't smell very peaty at all.
No, not at all.
Almost like an Irish whiskey smell to me.
Definitely not quite that much. This is still noticeably Scotch, but this I think is is supposed to be a sweeter one. One of the quotes on their website is honey wrapped in a velvety sweet cream, lightly kissed by vanilla spice.
Hey, yo. Just looking at them, it is 40%, and all of them that list alcohol are 40%, but the blue does not list its alcohol content.
It would have to.
At least not on the front.
It does, yeah. It's 40%.
Right. Oh, it's just in a different spot.
No, it's in the same spot. It's just hard to read on the slightly blue bottle.
Oh.
And it's in tiny font.
But yeah, so what's a bottle of this go for?
The gold is 105.
Okay, so that's like solidly fancy whiskey territory when you're talking $100+ a bottle.
Definitely, yeah. It's in the range of a lot of the Islas that we talk about. Mm-hmm. Like Lafrague and Ardbeg are kind of in that range.
Isn't Lafrague a little cheaper than that?
I think it is a little bit cheaper, and Ardbeg I think is a little more. Oh yeah, and I looked it up too. Apparently Kale Isla goes for like $100 a bottle. So if you want like the pure peat version of Johnnie Walker, that's what it would be.
I might need to try that.
Yeah, I probably do need to try that at some point too. We can see if there's a bar that has it or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so this just smells, not very peaty, not too harsh.
It's like that little bit of honey, maybe a little bit of woodiness.
It doesn't have a whole lot of distinct smell going on.
No, it's much more reserved than a lot of the other ones.
But yeah, let's see if it's better.
Give it a sip, yeah.
Sancha. Doesn't have a whole lot going on.
I just got a bunch of heat off of it for some reason.
That
was about it.
It was you looked alarmed.
It's just weird that I found the heat starting to like build up as we go through. I feel like it's usually the opposite, but
yeah,
it's whiskey for you.
It wasn't like super crazy burny to me. It was probably the same as like the black. It's nice, but it doesn't have a whole lot of distinct flavor. Like apart from just being like, yep, that's whiskey.
Yeah, I'm not getting that much off of it. What the website says is vibrant and tropical fruit with smooth, creamy vanilla on the taste. And the finish is a lingering, sweet, smoky finish.
Not very smoky.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of smoke, a little bit of sweetness. I don't know. I'm not getting as much here.
Like, I'm going to say this is a 7 to me. Like, I like this the same as the red, which is like still good because I like the red. But like, I don't know if I could tell the difference if I was given like a glass of each.
Yeah, that's one thing I have considered. It could be fun to do at some point, even an episode with some like blind tastings, because that would be an interesting comparison to see like what we really like lined up. But yeah, it's just okay. Like it's definitely nowhere near as good as like the double black.
Yeah, I would say I even like the black a little better.
I might agree. Yeah,
but yeah, this is fine. This is pretty good, but it's not as good as I was expecting.
I feel like as I'm going, I'm starting to get the honey a little bit more.
I'm getting a touch of the smokiness building up, but
like a little bit more of the sweetness of what I'm getting. But yeah, it's not bad. Actually, yeah, I'm starting to get on the aftertaste a little bit of the creaminess and the sweetness to it, which is kind of fun. It's almost like a little bit more of the desserty Johnnie Walker. I was just thrown off by the first couple sips for some reason, but it's not too bad. All right, so that was the gold.
Yeah, we just had to have a little quick pee-pee break, but we're back now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that was all right. I feel like the gold was growing on me as I went through it.
Bizarrely, like first sip, I was like kind of whack, like not bad. Obviously, it's still like Johnnie Walker, which I like, but I was like, this is nothing special. Like the first sip, and then towards the end, like the last sip was like significantly nicer than the first sip, which is some kind of weird, Scotch whiskey wizardry going on, maybe. But I'm gonna keep it at a 7, honestly.
I think I might as well. I might just keep it as a B too, because like it's nice. It's even tempting to like lower it down because I feel like at this point with the price point, you got to be.
Oh, I'm not considering the price point.
Yeah, no,
in mind. Yeah,
no, I won't as well. But that's the overall disappointed feeling. I feel like it should be better. Like it's the sweetest one. Maybe if I sat with it more, it would continue to get more interesting.
With it, hung out, got to know it.
Yeah, I would definitely readily accept a glass if I was given it. But
yeah, like it's still like any Johnnie Walker. I'm like, yum. But so yeah, little summary for me: red 7, black 7.5, double black 8.5, gold 7.
And I've given them all Bs except for the double black, which got an A. Yeah.
Okay, so
from there we move on to the green label.
And this is the second and last one that we have the full bottle of. And so this, according to the novel on the back, says, let's see, so it's at least 15 years old, so it's a 15. It's got oak with either, where is it? European or American oak barrels. It has its own distinctive character, apparently.
Yeah, I would agree. I feel like this is both technically and in taste maybe the most different of the bunch because this is in a whole different category from the rest of their core range.
More different than the black?
Yeah, because
the double black, sorry.
Yeah, everything else is a blended scotch. This isn't a blended scotch. This is a blended malt scotch, which basically means that everything in here is made up of various different like single malt whiskeys, whereas the other ones, which basically single malt just means one distillery, all barley. Blended malt means like multiple distilleries, but it's all barley. With the other ones, they also include grain whiskeys as well. So things like your corn, your rye, potentially stuff like that. Probably not rye in Scotland, though. Maybe. I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, that's our thing.
But it is a totally different category. And I feel like it definitely reflects it in the taste.
And it has malts that are named seemingly after Lord of the Rings characters like Talisker, Linkwood, and Cragganmore. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that. But, it's apparently, this is a naturally intense blend with a distinctive smokiness. I don't know who I is. I guess this Jim guy. He's named Jim Beveridge, and he's the master blender at Johnnie Walker, and his name's Jim Beveridge.
Excellent. I appreciate that.
Anyway, Jim Beveridge suggests that we enjoy its great flavor neat or over ice and in good company. Well, it's good we can do it either neat or over ice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's crack it open. This is probably also one of the more aesthetic boxes. I'm liking the forest green they've got going.
It's a very nice box. And it actually doesn't look exactly the same, the bottle. It has I guess the bottle itself is the same, but this one seems to have a cork.
Ooh, that's exciting. The only one today with a cork.
I love a cork.
Shout out to the city of Cork.
And the city and county of Cork in that order. And thirdly, the material.
Yep, all solid, all very good.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one that was actually introduced apparently at the same time as the gold in 1997, but then they discontinued it for a little bit in 2012 for 4 years, but due to very popular demand, it was brought back in 2016.
Everybody just liked the cork, probably.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I assume the other bottles at this price point have corks, but just not the 50 milliliter ones.
Yeah, I should hope so.
It's what you would expect.
Okay, wipe up my spill a little bit. Whoopsie. Here you go.
Thank you.
Smell.
All right.
Not a lot of smell going. Like, it smells like whiskey, but like not a lot of It has a little, I guess there's a little something distinct there. I don't know what it is, but
it's definitely, I would say, distinct from the others in that it's like some of the others have been like a little bit like richer, deeper. This feels like a bit of a like lighter smokiness or peatiness to it.
I'm not getting a lot of smoky in the smell. I guess, no, there's some. There's not much like richness, I guess you'd say, like not much sweetness in the smell from me.
I feel like the description on the website fits pretty well. Earthy aromas of light garden fruits married with florals.
Yeah, I could, well, also like a bunch of alcohol.
Yes, that too. But yeah, it's kind of this earthiness and floralness. That is nice. It's definitely not my favorite. I prefer the like richer, smoky ones, but it is a nice one. It's a good expression.
Yeah, not bad. Good expression. Wow.
It is, yeah. I'm getting fancy over here.
Yeah.
It's the hat. It's making me more authentic.
It's true. Yeah. Aiden's got his whiskey hat on, by the way.
I do, yes.
Newly
You can
acquired.
tell that I'm an authentic Scotsman.
Yeah. Okay. Sláinte.
Sláinte.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that tastes really different. Wow. Huh. Whoa. Okay, there's a lot of different flavors going on compared to the other Johnnie Walkers.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely one of the more complex ones, which is fun.
Yeah, because the first little bit is like burny and warm, and then it definitely has a smoky finish, like for sure.
Yeah, it's got that classic bit of like smoke and like oily textured finish to it, but it's got much more almost like oaky or woody notes throughout it.
Yeah, I like this.
It is nice, yeah.
I really like this, actually. I'm into it.
Yeah, it is a very good one.
Yeah, it's maybe the harshest for me so far. I guess tied with the gold.
I would probably agree. Yeah, it's probably that mix of the like oakiness and the alcohol. And this is also the highest percent. I think this one you can check. It's 45% maybe. I think everything else is 40.
43.
43.
Yeah, everything else is 40.
So slightly higher than everything else.
Big 3%.
Oh yeah, big jump.
Yeah. And yeah, how much is a bottle of this? 120?
110. So
110.
$5 more than the gold.
I would take this over the gold for
100%,
sure.
yeah.
Huh. So I'm gonna give this an 8. Maybe even an 8.5. Because I'm close to liking this as much as the double black.
Yeah, it's a very different like flavor palette, but it's also very nice.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because I'm into this. I like a whiskey that you can't drink a lot of because this would there's a lot of flavor going on here.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it as much as the double black, but I think I'd put it maybe on the same level, which is interesting. I feel like things definitely change from like day to day, your palate. Because before I've put the black above this in terms of enjoyment, but I'm maybe liking this a little bit more today.
And this, I guess that's the oakiness, or like pepperiness, like you were saying. It has like almost like the mouthfeel after you drink it of like you've eaten something a little spicy, like a little tingliness.
Yeah, it gives you that tingle on the tongue.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting paired with that like smooth like oil coat on the tongue. It's almost like that interesting like contrast of like textures going on.
But this is the one that like this would keep you warm in the winter.
Definitely, yeah.
Keep me warm for my walk home.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the like I keep on wanting to say everyday dram, but like not, you don't want to have an everyday dram.
This isn't what Winston Churchill was drinking in bed every morning?
No, as we've established, that was the red. I guess we didn't say that on the podcast, but apparently he drank Johnnie Walker Red Label every day, first thing in the morning, with a glass of water. He'd like put like an ounce into a glass of water. Yeah. So it's essentially Johnnie Walker flavored water. And that's the start of the day.
Yep. It's the recipe to become a military strategic genius, apparently.
Exactly. That's what you need to defeat the Nazis is Johnnie Walker.
Apparently. Yeah, I'm giving this an 8.5. I'm giving this tied with double black.
Yeah, it is really nice. It's definitely one of the ones that has a lot more personality than the others. There's a lot more of like a kick and things going on here.
That's what I like. Like I like to have a big distinction between the ones, you know? Like I want, like if I was doing a blind taste test, it would be relatively easy. Otherwise, what's the point in paying more?
Exactly. Yeah, it should be a fair bit better. But yeah, and I feel like it is.
So, summary: red 7, black 7.5, double black 8.5, gold 7, green 8.5.
I think we can sum it up at the end.
This is for me. I don't want to forget.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So far my favorite of the rare Johnnie Walkers, I guess I'll say, is, tied between the green and double black. Green's probably it's much more expensive. So double black is probably like dollar for dollar one of the best ones.
It's actually only $20 more, which when you get up to this price point starts to be less of a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the difference between 110 and 90. It's still a fair bit. It's still $20, but
either way, you're like, I'm buying an expensive whiskey today.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the green. And then past that, we have the 18. And something I'm going to do this year, just related, the 18 is just reminding me, I need to find a 24-year-old Scotch so I can buy like 3 bottles and have one on my 25th birthday, one on my 50th, and one on my, or no, I need to buy 4. One on my 25th, one on my 50th, one on my 75th, and one on my 100th.
All right, things to do when we're in Ireland.
Yeah, well, probably not from Ireland. I don't know if I could even bring that back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I was thinking we might need to check a bag or something just to like get a few bottles in.
That's true.
That might be a play.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, definitely something to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now moving on to the 18. What are these facts about the 18?
Honestly, I did not get to write anything down about the 18. From my brief Googling, it seems like it's just the 18-year-old expression. But what I'm seeing on the website is it says indulgent flavors shaped by the flow of time, which is just saying it's 18 years old. Soft spice blending with dark chocolate, richness caressing sweet fruit.
Well, I do love dark chocolate, so.
Yeah, I'm not big on it.
Well, you're not big on chocolate in general.
That's very true, yeah. Let's see. Come along on an incredible flavor journey with notes of fruit, spice, wood, and malt, finished with the signature Johnnie Walker smokiness.
Welcome to Flavor Town.
Exactly, yeah. Population, Johnnie Walker.
Johnnie Walker and you, if you drink this.
Exactly, yeah.
So...
All right, so yeah, that is the 18-year-old, and that at the LCBO right now is $165. So that's definitely a jump up.
Yeah, that's now into the incredibly expensive Scotch territory, I would say.
At this price point, I think you could get a Lagavulin 16-year-old, which is still, I think, the nicest one I've had.
Oh yeah.
So this is better be good. Yeah,
that's big. No, these little bottles. There you go. And yeah, it looks like we're doing approximately 12.5 milliliter pours.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I have been impressed. We've been very responsible with these. The last one felt a little heavy, but otherwise, for the most part,
it was a good one though.
It was, yeah. So that worked out.
Yeah. Okay. So
very good.
The smell. Oh, that's an interesting smell. This sounds kind of weird. It almost has like a strong cheddar smell to it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't see cheddar, but
getting a little cheddar in there.
This is one of the more different smells, yeah. What they say on the website is rich, sumptuous, warming spices.
They didn't say delicious cheddar?
They did not, yeah, but I can kind of see where you're coming from with that.
Like a little funk or something, Not funk, but like just cheddarness.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel like warm spices is kind of there. It's like, it's almost holiday spices. Mm. Maybe not holiday.
But I know what you're talking about. Clovey, cinnamony a little, maybe.
Yeah, a little kind of cinnamony.
Okay.
But no like smoke or peat on the nose, really.
Not really. Although I wonder how much I'm like becoming numb to it.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. After some of the last couple.
But, well, let's go.
All right, let's try it. Cilantro.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice.
I'm pretty into that. It's pretty smooth, like buttery a little.
Yeah, a little like creamy, buttery.
And it's got some like spice flavor. I feel like weirdly this would go pretty well in an eggnog maybe.
Oh, it would. Yeah, that matches the flavor profile very well.
Like it's almost got like a spiced rum thing going on.
Yeah, I feel like this is almost doing a better job at being like the dessert Johnnie Walker.
Yeah.
Maybe than the gold a little bit.
Like this tastes somewhat more like I was expecting an expensive Scotch to taste, Very smooth, kind of rich, some spice, just kind of nice.
It is just overall nice, yeah.
So because it's nice, I'm going to rate it 6.9 out of 10.
Nice.
No, I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, that is easy drinking. This is reversing the trend of it getting like a little like harder to drink as we go along, or a little more heat as we go along.
Like I feel like people would drink this while watching like a polo match, you know? This is
Maybe,
like what I imagine a fancy scotch tastes kind of like.
Yeah, I feel like the only fancy scotches I've had are Isla's, so this is probably new territory for me.
Yeah.
This is just an overall like really nice, like very creamy, very warming, a little spicy. Well, not spicy, but like spice mix, like we said.
Yeah. Again, like, cinnamon, nutmeg.
Yeah, very like nutmeggy. Not like actual scent of nutmeg, but that kind of vibe.
Yeah. It's hard, man. It's so hard comparing them when they have like different things going on. Because I don't know if I like this more or less than the green. Because they just have different things going on.
Yeah, it's like the green has a little bit more of a, I don't want to say punch in the face because it's not that much, but it's a little more aggressive. I feel like it's a lot more assertive than this one. It feels a little bit more reserved. Like it's a much smoother one. Yeah. Oh, we're getting pretentious as all hell. It's fun.
It's assertive.
No, it's okay. Again, I'm an authentic working class Scotsman. I have the hat.
The green will slap you in the face and shake you and say, "Hey, calm down," you know? But this one you can have a few of, probably.
Yeah, this one's kind of like laying back on the balcony going like, the proletariat are getting a little unrestful all day.
Yeah, exactly. This one ups your social score by 100 points automatically.
This one I'm verging on giving an S as well. It's at least an A.
It's kind of throwing me off because I don't
S.
usually like non-peaty whiskeys that much, but I really like this.
Yeah, this is actually very nice. Like it's definitely the nicest like soft or smooth whiskey, I'll say, that I've probably had.
Yeah.
Which is good. I'm glad that it is getting better in a lot of ways as we go up. That's what you would expect. But
this is probably what I imagined the more expensive ones to taste like, with my main experience being with the red, because it does just taste like a fancy red, I would say. So I'm gonna give this an 8.5 as well, because 8.5 to me is just kind of like really enjoyed it, and when we're talking 9, that's gonna have to like freaking blow me away. Like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah, I think I would agree, because if it's first to give something an S, I have to say this is amazing and this is outstanding. This is great.
Yeah,
this is fantastic whiskey.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's like outstanding.
Your socks are still on.
Probably, but just I am having a good time, and they have loosened. Yeah. My socks are still hanging on, but they've started to slip off a little bit.
It's in the territory. Okay, so yeah, overall that gets a very good out of very good. And so that was the 18. So that brings us to the big boy.
The final one left, the blue.
Final opponent.
Which is over twice as expensive as the 18-year.
What? How much is it?
$360.
Oh my gosh. What the heck? I'm trying to think of a scale, but what can $360 even get you?
I've seen like half an ounce to an ounce at restaurants for like $50 or $60.
Jeez.
For one of these, yeah.
Holy. So, yeah, my socks had better be like on the moon after drinking this.
Yeah, it's almost so expensive that I feel like it has to disappoint a little bit. This feels like the vibe I get off of it, which I feel like was maybe the vibe I got from all of Johnnie Walker before we did the original tasting episode, where we discovered it's actually very good, was that it's a little pretentious. Like it's almost like I've got some money to burn level of like, I'm going to spend $360.
Yeah. I don't know if any liquor is worth $360 to me. I mean, at this stage of my life, absolutely not.
Yeah, but no, that is definitely not happening at this stage. But
even when I'm like an old man, I don't know if $360 of today's money, I don't know if that'll ever be worth like a bottle of liquor to me, you know? Because they would have to be really freaking good.
Yeah, exactly. And you can get such good stuff for like a third, a quarter, a fifth of the price.
Yeah.
That it can't be, but I guess we'll find out.
Is this going to be almost 4 times better than a Lafrague? Who knows? So
who's to say? All right, shall we pour it? Shall we do it?
Yeah. And so what's the website say about the blue?
So it says that this one is rare whiskeys with exceptional depth, sumptuous waves of smoke.
Nice.
It seems like the gist is that this is just like rare whiskeys. Like this is a no age statement one, so they have no like guarantees about how old everything is, but they're just getting like really rare and valuable ones essentially and mixing them together.
Well, something this one has that the other ones don't, I don't think, is this one has a bottle number.
Oh, even for the 50 ml one.
Yeah. So we got bottle number well, this isn't a number, but YY292169.
Okay, very good.
Where's my bottle neighbor?
Yeah, that is. I haven't bought a bottle of the blue before, but apparently they all come in boxes with a silk bag, and each of the bottles have their own numbers, and the boxes also come with a certificate of authenticity that this is an actual Johnnie Walker blue that you're getting.
And it says, our blend cannot be beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the big like claims to fame with this, or one of the big like marketing things they throw out, is that only 1 in 10,000 casks make the cut.
Wow.
So like,
what do they do with their ass?
make other shit.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the holding company Diageo owns like dozens of distilleries, right? So at that scale, only like the absolute cream of the crop gets like pulled into this. Everything else gets put into the other blends, essentially.
The whiskey itself is like a different color.
I don't know if that's just the bottle.
Yeah, or is this
color.
a slightly... Oh, the bottle itself is slightly blue.
Yeah, the bottle is slightly blue. That's why.
I was going to say it's a little green.
Yeah, everything else is clear, but the bottle is blue. And while you're pouring it, actually, fun fact, the Johnnie Walker labels date back, or the design of them date back to the original ones that Johnnie Walker made when he figured out that if you put the label at a slight angle, you can make the type bigger so it stands out more on a shelf. So that's why Johnnie Walker, all of the bottles are on a diagonal, the labels.
Skew.
Just so that the words can be bigger
You can say
on the
more
shelf.
stuff.
Exactly.
I mean,
Or
it's a
just
good
say
look.
red bigger.
It's a nice look.
It is, yeah. It's classic.
Got the Dutch tilt on the text.
Exactly, yeah. Slightly unnerving.
Yeah. Wait, I'm just going to have an extra water before, just to make sure I'm
Good call.
super cleansed. Okay, so... And yeah, what does it say the notes are for it? Just unctuous waves of smoke or whatever?
Dynamic depth of character, rare whiskeys with exceptional depth, sumptuous waves of smoke. And on the nose, we should expect waves of spice giving way to vanilla and honey.
A lot of waviness.
Yeah.
Wow, that does smell really nice.
It's not bad. I feel like I'm not about it as much, just because it's like a lighter floral one, but
Yeah. This might be my favorite smell out of all the Johnnie Walkers. It's almost perfumey a little bit.
it is actually maybe a little perfumey.
I'm
As
into
much
it.
as a scotch can be.
Yeah, I'm into it. This is what I signed up for with expensive scotch. Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm into it. It does smell like a very refined Johnnie Walker.
Yeah. Any more notes?
I don't know. It's just like slightly sweet, bit of spice. It is nice. It's grown on me, that smell. But I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, sláinte.
All right, sláinte.
Oh, wow. That is really good. It's like, you definitely have a lot of malt in there. You get smokiness at the end. You get like, hard to describe what it tastes like, kind of.
It's almost reminding me of the red.
Yeah. Well, honestly, good, you know. I just wanted the blue to be like a super fancy red, kind of like the 18 was. The 18 was a very fancy red.
Yeah, like it's nice. What they say on the site is caramel and hazelnuts blend with notes of dark chocolate on the taste.
I would
I'm
say
getting that as much other than the caramel.
I'm getting a little dark chocolate in the aftertaste. It's like burnt down dark chocolate. But I would say I like it quite a bit. I wouldn't say it's like crazy tasting or anything. Like, yeah, it's kind of hard to describe a little bit. It's pretty smooth. Not the smoothest, but pretty smooth.
How would you define smooth for this?
Like any kind of burning sensation.
Okay, so
There's
just
like-
going down easy.
Yeah, there's slight. And or if any like pepperiness hangs out in your mouth after. Wouldn't say any really hangs out in your mouth. There's some at the back of the throat when you swallow it for me. But yeah, you look very pensive.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pick out more stuff, but I'm not getting that much out of it for some reason. I mean, it's probably one that you want to sit with for a little bit because it's got some complexities, but stuff's not coming to the fore immediately.
I'm going to give it an 8.
That's fair. Though, as I think about it, I don't know if I would reach for this over like a double black or the 18-year-old.
Okay.
18-year-old was nice.
After like sitting for a little bit and thinking, I think the 18 might be my favorite actually. Because it's like, again, my favorite scotches of all time are the smoky Isleys. But out of the Johnnie Walkers, because I don't associate those with being incredibly peaty, I would say the 18 might be my favorite. Because again, like I don't look for Johnnie Walker for a peaty scotch. I just look for it for like a pretty easy drinking, nice, chill scotch. So I think the 18 is my favorite.
I think I might agree following that logic. Like the double black is very nice, but if you want an Isla, you can go for an Isla.
Especially
in
the
the price range. Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have to spend any more to get like the real thing, sort of.
Yeah, which I mean, it is the real thing. It's got Isla in it.
Yeah, but like the on brand.
I feel like it might be worth it to go for it because that feels like you're getting the taste of Isla without all the like punch of it almost, which is a nice, more like chill version of it.
I guess it depends how much you like to smoke too, like per person. Like like for me, I'm like, just give me more, but like I guess not everyone is like, just give me more smoke.
Yeah. I feel like it almost depends on my mood. Like I'm usually up for like a lot of smoke, but it's also nice to just have a slightly more chill one that it plays the notes of Isla.
Yeah.
But it's not like as like in your face about it.
Yeah.
But I think I would agree. The 18 is probably the best. I don't know. I feel like I would say the blue is good. I don't know if I would say it's like great though.
My socks are completely on my feet.
Yeah, they are more on than they were with the 18-year-old. They have been pulled back up.
Yeah.
They're not like knee-high socks at this point. They haven't grown or anything, but they're back on there.
So you might have been right in your initial sort of assumption that it's just kind of like the blues main function is to show off how loaded you are.
Yeah. Though I think one thing I did read when I was like Googling a bit before this is that the blue was made to be kind of reminiscent of more of the big scotches of the 19th century. So
who was around for those?
I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't seem as nice as some of the newer ones, honestly.
Who can verify this? No one now.
That's fair. I have no idea how you would even check that. But yeah, I would say the 18's a fair bit nicer than the blue at half the cost.
Okay, so yeah, in terms of just absolute, like, I'm being gifted one, which one do I go for, all else being equal? I would say the 18 is my favorite Johnnie Walker. But when we take price into comparison, it might still be the red. Because that's so good. $38 for a full bottle. That's great.
That is less than 4, or even more than 4 reds to an 18-year-old.
Yeah. So the 18-year-old, I would say, is much better, but it's not 4 times better.
Yeah. I think I would agree. Like, I feel like the red is just such a good experience at a great price. That's just so powerful. But I think I'd agree. Like the standouts were definitely the 18, maybe the green and the double black in terms of like raw niceness. Those are definitely the more interesting ones of the mix.
I'm trying to think of like a restaurant equivalent for the red. It's like a halibut house of scotch, because it's pretty good. It's pretty reliable and nice, but the price, oh baby.
I feel like the red's nicer than that, but I don't know. They're okay.
Just talking price comparison. $4.99 for a full breakfast. That's so
there
good.
You go. That's not bad. That is actually quite good.
Right?
Yeah, I did not know that they did that. That's pretty good.
Not many people do. That's probably how they can do it.
That would do it, yeah.
So I guess my own tier list, all else being equal, just flavor, would be 18. Okay, I'm gonna do your letter grading system. That's what I'm gonna do. S tier, 18. A tier, double black and green. B tier, blue and black and red. I guess. No, but yeah, blue and black and red, like for real.
Yeah.
And then C, probably gold. And yeah, there we go. I'm happy with that.
Honestly, I think I agree. I would be down to up my rating of the 18 year. I feel like it's a solid S tier. It is an S tier whiskey. It's very nice, but the blue is definitely on par with the red and the black.
Like, I feel like when I drink the 18, I'm like, I should be wearing a 3-piece suit right now. You know?
It feels fancier.
Yeah, it does. It's probably the fanciest feeling one.
Definitely. Yeah, the blue does not feel anywhere near as fancy as the 18.
Yeah. So yeah, if somebody is offering to buy you any of these bottles, in I guess our common consensus, go for the 18.
Yeah, if you have your pick of the litter, I think that would probably be the one.
But if you're buying one yourself for value, go for the red.
The red, or if you want like a step up, the black is also it is also very nice.
But yeah, none of them are anywhere near bad. Like they're all at
definitely.
least nice.
Again, it's at minimum, at least for me, like B tier for all of them, I think.
Minimum 7 out of 10. Except for maybe the gold. I wasn't huge on the gold. Like again, it wasn't bad. I would still happily take one if it was offered to me. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'd put it solidly in the B tier. Like 'cause it felt a little weird at first, but it was growing on me, and I could see what they were going for. Like I usually don't go for the more sweeter ones, but it was a really nice version of that.
Yeah.
That I was digging enough by the end, but not enough to get it to like A tier.
So do you know where you can get these little Johnnie Walker tasting things?
I had to do an online order from the LCBO. Sometimes they're in stock, sometimes they're not. You might have to wait a bit to get it. I didn't see any in store, so they just like shipped it to a store. But you can get it there, and I don't know, your local liquor store, maybe you can order it or find something. Search around online, see what you can get. I assume they're like common enough if we're getting it here in Ontario. These like Johnnie Walker tasting packs.
Yeah.
But yeah, search around online. I don't know if you'd be able to find it if you just like go to a random liquor store, but probably not. But you can find it if you're searching hard enough, because it's a fun experience. And like I said, I think it was like 50, 60 or so to get the pack.
So not even bad.
Yeah, worth it for the experience and to try things that would normally cost like $360.
And that's still a quarter of a liter of whiskey. That's a good amount.
That is, yeah, that's pretty decent.
But yeah, so if you want, go out and try it, but enjoy.
Yeah, please do. That was a good time. Goodbye.
Bye.